Cambridge Primary Checkpoint. Cambridge International Examinations. Cambridge Primary Checkpoint. Science Paper 1. 0846/01. April 2016. 45 minutes. Question 1. 3 states of matter are solid, liquid, and gas. The table shows the state of matter at room temperature, 25 degrees Celsius, of some materials. Complete the table, tick the correct boxes. 1 has been done for you. Okay, so now we should continue. Iron is a solid at room temperature. Mercury is a liquid at room temperature. Oxygen is a gas. Carbon dioxide is a gas. And copper is a solid in room temperature, and salt is cold. Yes. Here is a forest habitat. Okay, so this is the forest habitat. Humans can have a positive effect on this habitat. Circle the best way that humans can have a positive effect. Okay, littering the forest, no. Making paths through the forest, no. Protecting species in the forest, yes. Removing the fruits from the forest, no. So, this is the correct answer. B. Human action can have other positive effects on the forest. Draw a line to connect the action to the positive effect. Okay, educating people. Educating people is for know how to care for the environment. Planting new trees is for the number of trees increases. And last, removing all dead trees is for more space for new trees to grow. Hassan, question 3. Hassan makes a shadow puppet with his hands. Describe how Hassan can make the shadow puppet a different size. Okay, so he has to move his hands closer or farther to the screen or light source. Okay. Complete the sentence. Choose the correct word from the list. Flexible, large, opaque, transparent. Hassan makes a shadow puppet because his hands are opaque. Opaque. 4. The body has many different organs. Angelique Q labels this diagram of different organs in the body. Okay. Okay, so it's the wrong thing is this. This is supposed to be the stomach. So it's not the kidney. So the answer is okay. Oscar investigates what happens when 4 white solids are mixed with water. He puts 10 centimeter cube of water in a test tube. He measures the temperature of the water. He then puts 1 gram of solid into the same test tube. He stirs and he stirs the solid and water for 1 minute. He then measures the temperature of the water again. Here are his results. Okay, so solid A, B, C, and D, and this is the temperature before, and this is the temperature after. And this is what happens to appears in the mixture's color. Match the piece of equipment needed to make the measurements. Draw a line between the correct piece of equipment and the measurement. Okay, piece of equipment and measurement. Okay, so a balance can be used to measure 1 gram, that's solid. A measuring cylinder can be used to measure 10 centimeter cube of water. A stopwatch can be used to measure 1 minute, and a thermometer can be used to measure the temperature of water. Which solid made the water warmer? Which solids made the water warmer? Okay, so okay. Let's see. Okay, the answer is solid A. Which solid does not dissolve in water? That's easy. Solid D. Okay. This question is about sound. Decide if these statements are true or false. Tick the correct box next to each statement. Sound can travel through air. Yes, true. Sound travels as vibration. True. Sound travels at the same speed in all materials. False. We hear sounds when vibrating air hits our eardrums. True. Question 7. Class 6 have a quiz about organs in the human body. Write the answer for each clue. Clue 1. I pump blood around the body. What organ am I? Heart. I control all the other organs. What organ am I? Brain. I get oxygen from the air and put it into the blood. What organ am I? Lungs. If I stop working, waste builds up in the blood. Your blood will need a filter. Your blood will need to be filtered by a machine. What organ am I? The kidney. And lastly, I hold food when it's broken down. What organ am I? The stomach. Many animals have skeletons. Look at these animal skeletons. Yeah, so these are all the animal skeletons you can see. Are these statements true or false? All skeletons have a skull. True. All skeletons protect the organs inside the body. True. All skeletons grow as the animals grow. True. Are these statements true or false? 2 of the skeletons are humans. False. Only humans have muscles attached to the bones. False. Okay. Question 9a. Which statements about a magnet are true? Tick the box next to the two correct statements. Like poles of two magnets attract. No. Magnesium is a force. Yes. Most magnets are made of iron. Yes. Most metals are attracted towards a magnet. No. 2. Mia has 5 magnets. A, B, C, D, and E. She wants to know how strong each of them is. She hangs steel pins from each of the magnets as shown. Okay, here are the steel pins, and here's the magnet, and here's... She has as many pins as the magnet can hold. The results are shown in the bar graph. Okay, E, D, C, B, and A. You can see A held 5 pins, B 3, C 2, D 3, and E 1. Okay. Use the information in the graph to answer the questions below. Which magnet is the strongest? A. A is the strongest. Explain your answer. Well, as it can as it can hold the most number of pins. State one thing that Mia must do to make sure this is a fair test. Yes. Question number 10. Pierre investigates different materials. He writes his name on a piece of paper. Pierre. He puts different materials over his name. Okay, these are the materials. How many of the materials are opaque? Well, circle the correct answer. Well, the material that's opaque is 4. Pierre thinks that one of the materials is more transparent than the others. Use his results to explain why. Question number 11. Which of these sentences about water are correct? Tick the two correct boxes. At sea level, water boils to 90 degrees. No. Steam condenses to make water vapor. No. So, the boiling of water is an irreversible process. No. The freezing point of water is the same as the melting point of ice. Yes. The melting point of ice is 0 degrees Celsius. Yes. Water evaporates to make ice. No. Question number 12. Seeds can be dispersed in different ways. Choose the correct word for how each seed is dispersed. Animal, explosion, water, wind. Coconut? Well, coconuts are dispersed by water. Peas, the cowpea is dispersed by explosion. The dandelion is dispersed by wind. And last, oranges are dispersed by animals. Question 13. Chen, Mike, and Oliver write notes about the Earth and the Sun. Look at their notes. Chen. The Sun spins on its own axis. It takes a year to orbit the Earth. No. Mike. The Earth spins on its own axis. It takes a year to orbit the Sun. Yes. Oliver. The Earth spins on its own axis. It takes a day to orbit the Sun. No. Only one is correct. Yeah, that's Mike. Circle the name of the child who is correct. Mike. The table shows some properties of substances. Material, chalk, fertilizer, plastic, pottery. Does it dissolve? No, yes, no, no. Color white, white, colorless white. Melting point above 700 degrees Celsius, above 700 degrees Celsius, 80 degrees Celsius, above 700 degrees Celsius. Complete the sentences about the uses of materials. Use the information from the table. Plastic is used to make containers for cold water. This is because plastic is insoluble. Pottery is used to make cups for hot teas because pottery is also insoluble. Sophia separates a mixture of chalk and fertilizer. Tick the method she uses. Add water, filter and evaporate the filtrate? Yes. Evaporate the mixture and then condense the vapor? No. Filter the mixer? No. Use a magnet? Never. So that's the first option. Okay. ICO separates a mixture of iron powder and chalk. Iron powder and chalk. Take the method she uses. Add water, filter and evaporate the filtrate? No. Evaporate the mixture and then condense the vapor? No. Filter the mixture? Never. Use a magnet? Yes. Fatima and Jamilia investigate the sense of taste. Here are the areas of Jamilia's tongue. Back tongue, tip of the tongue. A, B, C, D. They use 4 different liquids. Fatima puts a drop of each liquid into different areas of Jamilia's tongue. Jamilia puts a tick in the table when she can taste the liquid. Type of liquid: bitter, salty, sour, sweet. Area A can taste bitter, Area B can taste sour, and Area D can taste sweet and salty. Which area of the tongue can taste the most different types of liquid? A. Area D. Fatima predicts that Area C has the fewest taste buds. Describe how the results show her prediction is correct. Yes. Fewer taste buds means she can't taste much. Okay. Jamilia puts some sweet solution on the tip of her tongue. Can she taste it? Circle the answer. Well, the tip of her tongue is Area D. Yes. Explain your answer. Well, because it can taste sweet and salty foods. As it can taste Question 16. Which scientist first explained how gravity works? Circle. Tick the sign as this is very easy. Not Albert Einstein, not Galileo Galilei. It's Isaac Newton and not Herbert Hooke. Cars have different forces acting on them. The car is moving in the direction of arrow X. Which letter shows the weight of the car? Circle the answer. Well, the weight of the car is definitely letter Z. Which letter shows the air resistance? Well, that's definitely letter W. Carlos adds some salt to a beaker of water. He also adds some sand to another beaker of water. Complete these sentences about adding salt and sand to water. Choose from the words below. Okay, these are the words. A. Salt dash in water to make a solution. Salt dissolves in water to make. Water is the dash in this process. Water is the solvent in the process. Salt is the dash in the solution. Salt is the solute in the solution. When all water dash from the salt solution, a white solid is left behind. When all water evaporates, sand does not make a solution when mixed with water because it is insoluble. Okay. Ahmed and Hassan investigate plant seeds. Okay. Ahmed walks in a forest. Hassan collects the soil from the bottom of Ahmed's shoe. They look at the soil they have collected. They repeat the investigation in different places. Ahmed always walks the same distance in each place. Why does he do this? To make it a fair test. Write down one other factor they keep the same in each place. Well, they keep the same speed.